Hello, bonjour everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my video and special thanks for those who subscribe to my channel. Today's video will be about a game called Battlegroup. I know that game has been around for many years, but only a month ago I got aware and interested to learn the game. So this video I'm going to call it Battlegroup Training Part 1. Why training part 1 is going to be like a real soldier on the battlefield. Before you go on the battlefield, you got theory training, then you go practice his theory on the exercise area, and then he's going to be ready for battle. So for me, training part 1 is we're going to get a quick overview of the game, how it works. And then subsequent video, we're going to go through how to build a battle group, how to move, how to attack, etc., until I'm ready to play a real game. I never played a game. I didn't know anything a month ago. So for the last month, I've been reading the rule book, first edition, because that's the only one I was able to find. I ordered the second edition of the rule book from the Big Island. So I don't know when it will arrive in Canada, but as I'm waiting for it, I'm going to play the rules or try to learn the game with rule book first edition. So I kind of think I know the rules, I know how it's played, or I got a pretty good idea how it is played, but I'm not sure if I'm correct or not applying what I learned. So I decided to make those videos. It's for me a good practice to exercise every facet of the game. Also, by putting it on YouTube, people who know the game can watch it and come back to me in the comments below and tell me, you know what, when you talk about this subject at 2 minutes 35 of your video, it's not correct. It is this way it should be played, and that is coming from the rule book, page X, or something like that. And then that will help me to understand, have a better understanding of the game, and feel comfortable to play against someone. So for now, I'm going to play against myself. So basically, I'm going to try to do the movement, the shooting, with all the different weapons available, also rearm, repair, etc. All the different facets of the game. And if I'm pretty good, I'm going to try to find someone and play against him. So like I said, like most of Army, you get the theory how you play as an infantryman, for example, or a tanker. When you pretty much learn everything you need to learn in a classroom, you need to go on the field and make profit of what you learn in class on the battlefield. So this series of video training will be just that. We're going to go step by step with a video to see if I have a pretty good understanding of the game. So you're getting ready, you want to play a game. The next good step to do is choose a battlefield. So whoever you play against, you both build the battlefield together, or you may choose a scenario on both sides that agree, and you build the scenario or the battlefield according to the scenario. Most of the time in the Battlegroup book, you will show a scenario with a map, with obstacles, etc. So you already know what it looked like. But it's really important for both sides, because if you decide to build a battlefield with river, for example, maybe when you make your forces, you might want to have the engineer with a pontoon bridge attached to them, so they can build a bridge to go across that river. Never know. The bridge might be destroyed, so you need a pontoon to go across. If you are the only one who knows that, and you have one and the other doesn't have, it's kind of a bit unfair. So that's the reason why choose a battlefield. So everybody agree. So when you build your force, you have a base or an idea what kind of unit you want on your battle group. That's done. you choose the time frame. So that means which period of the Second World War you want to play against each others. It's really important because the force of 1939 are completely different compared to the force of 1944. 1939, if you have a Panzer II, a Panzer III at the beginning of the war, you cannot compare that to a Tiger I or Tiger II in 44, 45. So both agree with the time period, so they can have about equal force on both sides. The next thing is choose the scenario. The scenario will decide if there's attack or defense attack, etc. It's also important because when you build your battle group and you are in defense, you may choose obstacle or defensive building or entrenchment to help you in your defense. So if you don't know that, then you may find yourself without any defense while you play defense, and it's kind of defeat the battle group historical part of the game. So once that is done again, the scenario is decided, you know the map, you know the time period you're going to play, it's time to build your force. So my next video will be building a German forces. The evening or the day of the game, when you show up to play the game, what should you bring with you? For sure you need to bring your battle group. Also, if you have a rule book or your adversary have a rule book handy to litigate or understand what's the rule for a particular situation, so everybody agree with it. Bring some paper and pen because you may take notes, like depending on the scenario or the battle group you choose, you may decide to have a pre-arrangement artillery. So you put that on you don't put a marker on the map, you put it on a piece of paper with the design of the map, approximately where, so your opponent doesn't know that you have predetermined artillery somewhere, and he gets surprised as it's supposed to be. Also bring some measuring tape, anything that can help you to play the game. If you have a artillery template, you bring it with you, some dice to roll because you're going to need dice on every turn, every movement you do, so bring all that with you, and anything that you think can help you to play the game. So you're getting ready to play the game. How you decide who win the game or lose the game? So there's different way to win or lose that game. One is the scenario is pretty specific. Start the battle, and the unit that are completely destroyed, or the battle group that is completely destroyed, lose the game, and the battle group remaining on the battlefield win the game. Another option is having a scenario that have objective to capture on both sides of the map. So if a battle group capture all the objective on the map, he win the game, and the other lose. A third way is with battle rating. What is battle rating? It's a unit of measure that when you create your force, you gain. So for example, you may have each unit on the table that you pick. When you look in the book, it shows the number of points for that unit. Number of battle rating can be 0 or can be several numbers. The unit, if it is a regular force, veteran, or newbie, and that make it for your game. So if you play a game with 250 points, you may more than likely have between 18 and 20 battle rating. What happens is if you lose an objective, you're going to lose battle rating. A unit gets destroyed, you're going to lose some battle rating. I'll touch a bit more later in this video, but that's the idea. And you lose those battle rating, and when you reach 0, so you lose all your battle rating, you lose the game, and the other win the game. That's the third way to decide a winner or loser. And the last way to decide who win or lose is you put a number of tour or turn to decide. We play 8 turns. At the end of turn 8, the person who have the most battle rating still available for his unit win the game. Or you may decide it's a time we play 2 hours or 3 hours, and at the end of that 3 hours, each side count how many battle rating he lose compared to what he have, and the remaining point give you your battle rating, both sides, and the one with the highest battle rating left win the game. So that's about it for winning the game in Battlegroup. 4 different ways. You get a unit completely, a battle group completely destroyed, or you capture all objective. The third one would be you lose all your battle rating, so you lose. And the fourth option is because there's a time restraint or number of turn restraint, and at the end you calculate how many battle rating you have left, and it decides who win or lose. With the one with the most battle rating win the game. So let's talk about battle rating. So BR, you're going to see everywhere in those books of Battlegroup, is basically a system of points made by Battlegroup to make a big difference on the battlefield, like it will happen. During the war, both sides have a certain degree of resilience for fighting, or will, or whatever. And if you are a newbie, more than likely, if you receive a loss of fire against you, you feel like maybe a time to go back home because I don't really like to be shot that much. Regular force or veteran, they are used of combat, so they know what's coming to them, how to protect themselves the best they can, and survive the battlefield. So you may have a better battle rating for that. But anyhow, Battlegroup decide if you get attacked constantly, maybe the will to fight will diminish with time to a point where you're going to just withdraw and leave the battlefield because you cannot take it anymore. And to represent that, Battlegroup thought about a battle rating. So for an example here, you look at the grenadier platoon here, it gives you a number of points. So when you build your force, you have a certain amount of points to build your force. So about a grenadier group will cost you 100 points, for example. If right beside there's another number, 11, with an R, that means it's an 11 battle rating and your force are regular force. And it is like that for every unit you may decide to choose. Some will have 0 battle rating, but most of the units that are of some importance on the battlefield will have a battle rating. Some have 0 battle rating because they may have an impact on the battlefield, but it might not be that crucial for winning or losing. So for example, if you look at a medic team, they have 0 battle rating. They are primordial because they may save the life of your infantrymen on the battlefield if they are nearby. But in overall, they might not have that impact of winning or losing having that unit on the table. Now that we have an idea why the battle rating out there, how you get them for your forces, how you lose them. So if you lose all of them, you get destroyed and you lose the will to fight and your unit just leave the battlefield. It's easy in most of the book. You can find near the end, there's a page that shows, like here on the screen, a series of numbers with other options like airplane, ammo low, etc. You take that sheet, you have it print, you cut it, and you take each piece of paper and you place it in a bag. In this case for me, I put them on a piece of plastic like this, and I place them on the bag. So when you are requested to take a battle rating, you put your hand in the bag and you draw a number. As you can see, there's more number 2, 3, 4 than there's a 5 and 1. So you take it, you don't show it to your opponent, and that tells you how many battle rating you're going to lose for your force at this moment. So every time you lose a unit, you take a battle rating and you keep tab of it. So if you had 19 at the beginning and you draw a few numbers and you get a 3, so you lose 3, you're not 18, you're 15. If you get another 1, the second one is a 2, you lose a second 2. So now you're at 13. You try to hide that your opponent because it's important. He doesn't know that your morale is getting low. You have to think that you're there for the fight until the end. If you think he can break your morale, he may try to destroy small unit to make you take that last battle rating that eliminates you. So you try to keep him on his toe. If you take a battle rating like it's an airplane, that means when it would be your turn to play, next turn, you're going to try to bring the airplane on the table so that there's a step to follow that I'll show you on the future video, but that's the idea. If your unit are pinned down and you want to make them ready to fight again, because as long as they are pinned down, they cannot receive any order or do any order like shooting, you have to take a battle rating, you roll a dice, and that will tell you how many units you can unpin. So that's it for this video. My next video will be Battle Group Training Part 2, and we will make a battle group of 250 points for the German. So if you have any comment on this video, or you saw any mistake in my part, or a misunderstanding of the rule, please mark it in the comment below, what I misunderstood, and where to find the correct answer for that. So I will be most appreciated. That's why I make those videos. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll be there for my next video as well. Thank you and bye-bye.